The circular packaging assessment is part of what we call our residential recycling framework, which is designed to help companies like yours go beyond technical recyclability of packaging by looking at requirements in 5 building blocks. The framework of the circular packaging assessment was developed by the Recycling Partnership in collaboration with 35 industry leaders from across the value chain representing all packaging. This group is known as our Circularity Council. And then alongside the Circularity Council and their subcommittees, the framework was also developed with a series of input from public comment that we received in 2021 to ensure that this digital tool will be as useful as possible to the companies in the industry who need it the most. Oops. Companies using the circular packaging assessment are going to use it to look at the ideal state of the recyclability of their package. And then as needed, take steps to ensure that it's even more circular and can be recovered. We just talked about it, but this shifting policy landscape means that there are varying definitions of recyclability. There's varying rates of recycling rate mandates, and there's many other complexities. And so this is one of the tools that we really think can help you get on track to ensure that your packaging will be recyclable. And because this tool was created across the value chain for all materials with industry leaders, we do see a critical role for this framework going forward in helping to shape package design, assist state agencies with policy by defining recyclability, to inform recyclability claims, and also to drive new innovations in packaging. What's unique and important about the circular packaging assessment is that it does go beyond technical recyclability, and it determines how a material or format will actually be recycled to make it all the way through the system. Users take new or existing packages through the building block requirements, and then based on the information provided about that package or other information already known about the package, you start to determine or assess the recyclability. If the requirements of the package of each building block are not met, there is a guide that will suggest a series of actions to take to improve package design for recyclability, or perhaps the guide will suggest that you participate or help form a material-specific coalition to expedite action and speed up the progress toward recyclability for that package. As you can see from this demo of the tool, you are able to plug in your package details, and this is a great opportunity for you to leverage the industry's first ever fully digitized design guides. So the design guides come from the the Association of Plastic Recyclers, or APR, from the American Forestry and Paper, from the Carton Council, Aluminum Association, and Can Manufacturers Institute, to all help determine the technical recyclability of your package. And for those of you who are curious about how this aligns with the How to Recycle label assessment, it is important to note that Green, Blue, and the Recycling Partnership are committed to fully aligning our assessments as much as possible, and the Sustainable Packaging Coalition has been an integral member of the Circularity Council since the very beginning, and our teams are in constant communication about how to further align these assessments. So let's go through the building blocks. The first building block is designed for recyclability. The requirement to meet this block is, does the package follow their respective industry's design guides? The circular packaging assessment is set apart from other tools because, again, it is the one-stop location you can go to find and access the digitized design guides for all materials. The second building block is access and adoption. A few moments ago, I mentioned our National Recycling Database, and this block leverages that database to pull access information. So is there infrastructure available locally for residents? So it pulls access information from all 9,000 plus communities to relay if a package is widely acceptable for recycling, or if it has more work to do to meet, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong slide, to meet the 60% threshold that is set by the FTC Green Guide. So again, the second building block, access and adoption. Here we go. The third building block is the capture journey. Here, what we want to know is, will the package make it through sortation at the MRF, or material recovery facility? Items that are not designed to successfully sort will not be captured for recycling, but instead, they may be sent from the MRF to the landfill with other unsortable residue material. And the subcommittee from the Circularity Council and other industry leaders that helped put this block together decided that setting a robust threshold will help give consumers confidence that the packages being recycled are actually going to turn into new products and packages. And this is also a way to help decrease waste in the process and result in more recycled content. The fourth building block is packaging fate. And there are two requirements that a package must meet to pass through this block. For a package to be considered recyclable, it must have a viable path to becoming something else. And that is how we think about packaging fate in this tool. The fifth and final building block of the circular packaging assessment is called recyclability prevalence. Is a package at risk of non-recyclable lookalikes that will cause consumer confusion? So here's a great example of what this prevalence looks like in practice. So consumers are unlikely to be able to tell the different formats apart. So they may see a cup, which is a category. But the truth is, as we all know, there are many different materials that make up that cup. So to avoid problematic lookalikes in the system, the majority, according to this building block of that category, needs to be recyclable. So after you've gone through and entered your package information into the circular packaging assessment, and you've gone through each of the blocks to really understand if that package is meeting the blocks or not, you'll receive an overview of which block requirements were passed and where challenges still exist. Every challenge is followed by a series of detailed feedback. So here you can see an example of what these suggested actions might be. So I encourage you to start using the circular packaging assessment, get familiar with it in our interactive PDF, and then sign up for updates so that you are first on the list to be notified in November when this digital tool is available.